Okay, Ken, big question. Are kids capable of running a business?
I think the right kid could absolutely run a business. So they have to have a couple things in order to do it. They have to have the ambition. They have to have a good support group, either parents, foster parents, whatever they have, or a good mentor group behind them that can help them with stuff like taxes and accounting, right? But for me, my first business, I was 13 or 14 years old, and I bought some vending machines. I worked at an Emo's Pizza in my hometown. For those of you who don't know what Emo's is, it's really thin crust pizza, St. Louis style pizza. It's really great. But me and my buddy Jesse talked the manager, or the owner actually, into letting us put some of our own vending machines out in the front foyer and it was, just put the dime in, and it was probably more work than it was worth, but it was my first venture at figuring out how to earn money or make money instead of earn money, right? So I had things that were out in the world that were making me money instead of my time. So that was a great experience for me. And today I still have one vending machine in production, right? It's a makes candy machine, and it's just been running forever. And it doesn't make a lot of money, but it makes a little bit of money, and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But I still, from the age of 14 to today, I still have that one of those still in production. So I think the right kid could absolutely run a business. And I think today with Etsy and TikTok and all the ways that you can start a business, there's no better time. I think one important thing, though, the kid has to have, and they have to want to do it, right? So I try to talk my daughter into starting her own business all the time, and she does all these paintings, and I told her, I'm like, man, you can just take those and make a signature and put them on Etsy or eBay and sell them, $45, $50 a pop, easy. They're great, like Bob Ross inspired paintings, but she really enjoys doing it, and she's like, no, they're not for people, they're for me. So I think it's important not to push kids into starting or running a business, but if they have the desire to do it, I think a parent should foster that and support it as much as possible, like they would almost anything else that your kid wants to do that they're passionate about, right? If your kid's passionate about it, I think you should support them and help them drive for their goals. I think it's a good learning experience across the board.
I think so too, and I think there's a fine line between pushing your kid to do something like that and encouraging them. So what do you say to your daughter, as she's painting these things and she's like, I don't think I want to sell them. Like, how do you push her in that way?
I don't push her. I try to put ideas in her head that maybe she would think would be a good idea. She's 13 years old, but she's super concerned about how she's going to go to college, right? And so I kind of use that to motivate her. So, if you could learn how to sell these things that you have today, maybe you would have the money to pay for your college. And I try to take the stress out of her and say, you don't have to worry about college, especially at this age. And, I'm kind of probably the odd parent out where I'm like, why do you want to go to college? That's probably going to be a waste of your time and money, but she thinks she wants to be a psychiatrist. So I'm going to support and mentor her whatever direction she wants to go. If that's what she wants to do, that's what I'm going to support. But I think, it's a great way for a kid to help pay for college if they started a business today. And the resources available to start a business today are astronomical, right? I mean, you can buy a $1 canvas and paint on it and probably sell it for $30 or $40 if you're that kind of talented person. I'm not that talented at all, right? I have to go buy something on sale and try to sell it for retail. I have to try to do it. I wish I had some really cool talent like she does to exploit to its fullest, but I don't. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way.
That's how most people do it.
Yeah.
I'm same here. I think that's a really good way to describe how kids, if they are or are not capable of running a business.
Yeah, I think it's up to the kid, just like individual people, right? So adults, unfortunately, we run into this a lot where I'm dealing with an adult that wants to start their business and they just don't have the risk tolerance that's required to start a business. And if you're going to do, especially a brick and mortar business, you have to have a pretty big risk tolerance, right? Whatever you're putting into your company, you have to expect that you might not get it back, right? I know when my wife and we bought our title boxing club, it was expensive. It was a lot of money to put it on the table, and luckily for us, we didn't have to take. I took a 401k loan, but I didn't take any traditional loans to get it done. And luckily for us, we knew going in that, hey, any money we put in, we might not get back. It's been a successful transaction so far, but COVID's definitely, whenever we were looking at that, we were like, we never considered that, gyms might be illegal to open at some point. And today we live in a real world that, the government has put a capacity limit of 25% of people in that place. So
Yep.
I think kids don't understand those risks like adults do, so they're probably more willing to jump out there. And I guess when I hear kid, I think 13, 14 years old, right?
Yeah.
But if you go up just a little bit, I would say 15, 16, 17, those are still kids too, right? In reality. And they're absolutely capable of starting and running a business, if it's lawn care or any kind of service around the neighborhood, any of those things, a kid can absolutely do and be successful at.
Do you think that the world would take them seriously?
I had a problem when I was younger. I went to film school, and on a lot of the film sets that I was on when I was younger, I was the youngest one there by a lot, right? And I had that problem all the time of people taking me seriously. So I was 19 years old, and I was assistant director for the St. Louis Stampede for the Jumbotron at what was called the Kiel Center at the time. It's called something else now, like Edward Jones Film or something. Yeah. But I was 19 years old, and I had a staff of 500 to 600 people at the time that were, I was the assistant director, but they still, a lot of the things, I was on the microphone calling a lot of shots, and the director was telling me what to say, but they were still listening to me. And I think if a kid shows that he knows what he's talking about, and he shows that he's competent, that adults will take them seriously. If they do have to, have zero, they have to come with 100% confidence. If there's any disconfidence in them at all, then they're probably going to be just discontinued and not get the job.
Absolutely.
But if they come with confidence and they show that they know what they're talking about, I don't think that most people are age prejudiced when it comes to that kind of deal, right? If it was spraying my house for bugs or power washing my siding, any of those kinds of jobs is what I want. I want a kid doing those things, right? That's a great business for them.
Well, and I think confidence goes a long way too.
Confidence will get you very, very far in life. Even if you don't know what you're talking about, if you say it with a lot of confidence, you'll probably get a lot of jobs. So that would be a great tip. If all else fails, do it with confidence. And I teach a lot of my staff this same thing, is that even if the only thing you're confident about is that you will go get the answer for them, right? You can say that with confidence. I'm going to go get this answer for you and I'll be back. You can say that with 100% confidence, even if you don't know what you're talking about, right? You can go get the answer. Or you can say with 100% confidence, I will get the right person to work on this job for you. Right. And because if a client sees that you're lacking confidence, then the trust starts to erode immediately. So
absolutely,
don't lie about your confidence. Be confident in the things that you're saying. So if you don't know what you're doing, be confident in the fact that you'll find the right person to do it. If you need to go get some information, be confident in your research capabilities to go find that information. You don't have to be confident, yes, I know how to do that. That's the wrong way to be confident. If you don't know what you're doing, be confident, hey, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I promise you I'll figure it out. And say that comment with confidence, right? So if there's any kids watching and that's something they're struggling with, is how to be confident in something that, they're kids, they're brand new and everything.
Right.
So,
they're just learning.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of life experience. So
right.
If they can be confident in one thing, it's be confident in their research abilities, be confident in their resourcing abilities, be confident in those things, that they'll get the right person or the right information for the job.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Awesome. Well, that was a very well thought out answer. What is this again? I think it's now going to be 10 minutes.
We're going to do 1 minute, but this ended up being a lot of fun. And
for real.
If you want more information or you want to just reach out to me, 314-370-2871 is my community text messaging number. It's not a voice number. You can't call me on it, but you can send me a text message. You can ask me any question you want, and we can just chat back and forth. And then if you sign up for that, I'll also send you some text updates here and there of stuff, and just having a good time with tips and tricks. And if I come across anything fun, I'll send it your way. So thanks a lot for joining us. Get to work.